Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the I Heart Drugstore Makeup Tag. This tag's been floating around YouTube for a couple months now. It was initially started by Makeup by Ali and Makeup by Fran, and this past week I was tagged to do it by my friend Sam, or Mixed Reviews by Sam. I'll leave her channel down below, to do this. So I thought it'd be really interesting to do because I've tried so many products from the drugstore. Being from Canada and being from where I live in Canada, we don't have access to a MAC or a Sephora or an Ulta, so it's really important to be able to go to the drugstore and pick up your essentials, find those diamonds in the rough, and just build your collection from the drugstore. So yeah, I just thought I would share with you some of the products that I love. And there's 8 questions. I have them written down in front of me, so you may see my eyes darting down, but that's why. So I'm gonna get started. The first question is, what is your favorite drugstore brand? Now, it seems like everyone here on YouTube is floating between Maybelline and Revlon, and I'm no trailblazer here either. I'm also between Maybelline and Revlon. They would be my 2 favorites, but at the end of the day, I chose Revlon just because the Revlon Color Stay, Kissable Balm Stains, and Lip Butters are holy grail HG products for me, and Maybelline just doesn't have, any singular products that I feel, have that same love for, so that's why I chose Revlon. Second question is, what are your favorite face, cheek, and lip products? So I cheated a bit here, and I have a couple products for each category. First is face. I mean, it's like beating a dead horse with this one. Revlon Color Stay. So this is 150 buff and 240 medium beige. These are the 2 colors that I use and mix depending on my skin tone on the given day. But I mean, I've talked about these already too much, but love these. Second product is another one. I'm so boring and keep repeating myself, but it's the Maybelline Dream Lumi Concealer in Radiant. I love this. Good for highlighting, good for concealing. For cheek products, I have 2. First one is NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Powder in Sunny. It's a really nice matte bronzer. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's a little orange. It's not, as cool as I would like it for contouring and things like that, but really, really nice. It's like between $2.97 and $4.97, I think. I get mine from Walmart because that's where it's the cheapest. I've had this now for probably 6 or 8 months, and there's still a significant amount of product in it. I mean, you can even still see the impression of the initial stamp, I guess, whatever you would call it. But yeah, I really recommend this. Second product is a bit more expensive than that. It's the Revlon Color Stay Mineral Finishing Powder in 10 Brighten. It looks a lot like an MSF from MAC actually, and has the same function. So it's just a highlighting powder. You can see it there on my finger. It's really bright, so you only need a light hand, which is why I've had this for so long, because I mean, unless you're going at it with a brush and then all over your face, this is gonna last you a good few years. There's rose veining through it, so it is a pink highlighter. But yeah, I just really, really like this one. I said it's more expensive because it is, I think, it's like $14 or $15. Like, it's quite expensive, but like I said, you do get a lot of product and it will last you a long time. So moving on, my favorite lip products, which I also mentioned a few minutes ago, are the Lip Butters, the Kissable Balm Stains, as well as the L'Oreal Caress lipsticks. So I just thought I'd show you a few of my favorite colors, even though I think I've probably already said this a million times. But for the winter, I just decided, as opposed to bringing out every single one, my favorite balm stain is in Crush, which is 005. It's just this darker red color. I'll swatch it here on my hand. So that's that. Now I also have my Revlon Lip Butters. This one is in 10 Raspberry Pie. I don't know if you can see that there. And this is a really nice raspberry color. So that's it there, swatched. And the other one of my favorite lip butters is in 040 Red Velvet, which is a nice red color. It's a bit scary when you look at it in the tube. It looks crazy dark, but on the lips, it's a nice red color. And I prefer for these actually just to pat it on the lips and then just rub it in with my finger, like I've said a million times now. And I'll swatch that one. That's right there. So I really like that as well. Also, I mean, I've showed you this before. This is my Caress lipstick in Cherry Tulle. And as you can see from the swatch, This one is a lot more balmy. It doesn't have the same pigmentation as the other two, but it's also a lot more moisturizing and it's a lot lighter on the lips. So, moving on, question number 3, what is your least favorite product? This is actually from one of my favorite product lines, which is why it was such a disappointment. It's from Maybelline. It's their Dream Fresh BB Cream. Mine is in light medium sheer tint. I guess they're all in sheer tint, duh, but mine's in light medium is my color. The reason why I don't like this, 2 main things. One, I mean, it is a beauty balm, so it's not supposed to have great coverage anyway, especially when I'm so used to using Revlon Color Stay, which is great coverage. I mean, this obviously isn't going to compare, but I just found it pointless. Like, when I put it on, it didn't even out my skin tone even. Like, it didn't even give more of an even coverage and just freshen my face up. I just found it was useless. Like, I would still have to go back and do a lot of concealing if I, had any blemishes or anything. And it kind of left my skin a little bit oily. I then had to put more powder on than I usually would with my foundation. So it kind of defeats the purpose of having that light product when I need to compensate for it using all these other products. So I wouldn't suggest this. I just think you can get better tinted moisturizers out there, or just take your foundation and mix it with your moisturizer if you do want to diminish the coverage. I'd save yourself the $10 on this one. So question number 4 is, what is the best makeup bargain? And I would go back to my Sunny Bronzer on this one. I mean, like I said, it's between $2.97 and $4.97 depending on where you go. My other 2 favorite bronzers I've used is the NARS Laguna and MAC Golden Bronzer. And honestly, this is comparable. I mean, if I couldn't ever have another bronzer and I could only have this one, I'd be perfectly okay. I think it's right up there with any of my higher end products. Lasting power is really nice, so definitely best bargain that I've come across. Number 5 is, what is your favorite Underdog product? So what is your favorite product that is something that I love but is often overlooked? So I have 2 products for this. One I've already mentioned in a previous video, and it's my Maybelline Define-A-Brow in Dark Blonde. I know Essie Castaneda used to talk about this probably like a year or 2 now. She went back to using her MAC brow pencil. But I love this. I mean, I don't think it gets enough attention here on YouTube. I think it's a perfect dupe for that MAC brow pencil. Yeah, I mean, it comes in dark blonde, medium brunette, and dark brunette or something like that. So, all your regular colors that you would get from anywhere else. And yeah, I just really love it. Next product that I think is an Underdog product is the Rimmel Glam Eyes Liquid Liner. I've been using this now for probably, I don't know, like 3 or more years. Obviously not the same tube, that's disgusting. Not to mention I use it that much. But the reason I love it so much is because it has such a fine brush. I mean, you can get such an accurate thin line with this. Now it is kind of tricky because it's a liquid liner and it is so small that if you are building it up, I mean, it's not as easy as doing one swipe and you have a nice thick line. You would have to build it if you want it to be quite thick. But I like to bring my liner all the way into my inner corner. But obviously I don't want a really thick line in the inner corner, so this is great for getting in there. Comes in 001 Black Glamour, which is what I have, and it also comes in a brown. This is only, I think it's about $4.97 or, around the $5 mark at the drugstore, so I highly recommend you pick it up. I really like it, and it also dries matte, so it's not shiny when it dries. So yeah, so that's the Glam Eyes. Moving on to number 6, what is a drugstore product that is overpriced? Now, I feel like this is blasphemy. I feel like I'm going to hell for this because of how much I love it, but overpriced, I do think it is the Revlon Color Stay. Now, I don't think it's overpriced. Oh, I'm going to sound like such a hypocrite. If this was from, Sephora or MAC and it was $16, or if it was $36 and I tried it out, I'd be like, yeah, that's great. Like, give me more, ring it up, because my Makeup Forever, that's $45 and I've repurchased that probably 3 or 4 times now. And I'm saying, I'm complaining that this is only $16. But being from the drugstore, your expectation is that the products are going to range from, $5, $10, a little more than $10. And this is $16. So, I mean, it's not a crazy amount for the quality of the product. I mean, I can tell you now, I've purchased so many of these. So, it's overpriced in comparison to the other products, but I don't think it's overpriced for its quality. So that's Revlon Color Stay. Number 7 is show your best drugstore dupes. Now, like Sam mentioned in her video, if I have something, I'm not going to go purchase a dupe. I'm not going to go purchase something that looks identical to something I already own. So I actually don't really have that many dupes. One thing though that I did want to mention is this eyeshadow trio. It's the Eye Enhancers from CoverGirl in Shimmering Sands. This is such a nice little eyeshadow trio because the colors have phenomenal pigmentation and they're actually really good MAC eyeshadow dupes. So I'm going to show you 2 shades that these are very similar to. These first 2 shades here, the highlight shade and then the mid-tone brown. The highlight shade is extremely similar to MAC Floof. So I'll just show you them in the pan there. Just, you know, a light shimmery color with pink undertones. So I'll just show you on my finger. So that's them there. This one is the CoverGirl and this one's MAC. You can see they're very similar. On the eye, you'd never be able to tell the difference. And even the quality, like the pigmentation and the lasting power, extremely similar. So that's those. And then the second one is the product just right over from it, this brown color. It's a mid-tone taupe with some gold shimmer throughout. And that is extremely similar to MAC's Patina eyeshadow. So that's them. They're on my 2 last fingers. Yeah, so they're extremely similar, same thing, great pigmentation, same lasting power. On the eye, you'd never tell the difference. That quad is $3 or $4 from the drugstore, so I would highly recommend picking it up. I've had mine now for probably, we're running on 2 years, and there's still an awful lot of product in here. This is great for if, you know, you're going to a cabin overnight or going out somewhere and you just want to bring eyeshadow with you. I mean, usually it comes with that little sponge. I don't like to use it, but I have used it before when you're in a crunch. And it's just great. I mean, it has your dark shade, your mid-tone shade, and your light shade. You can even use this as liner with a little brush. So yeah, definitely recommend this. And then the last question is number 8. What is a drugstore product that isn't worth the hype? Now, okay, once again, Erica's a hypocrite because these are products that I love, but I don't think that they're worth the hype that they've received here on YouTube and in magazines and that type of thing. And that's the Maybelline Baby Lips. As you can see, I have 4, so I mean, how much can I really hate them if I keep going out and buying them? It's not that I hate them, it's just they were a disappointment for me. The reason why is because they're supposed to be a tinted lip balm. Lip balms are supposed to be moisturizing. These are not moisturizing. When I put them on my lips, they do have great pigmentation for what they are, but they dry so quickly and they dry on your lips. Like when I wear these, I always get that line right where your 2 lips meet of just dry lip in, you know, any given color, which is gross. You just need to keep applying it, but it doesn't soak into your lips. It doesn't make them feel any more refreshed or hydrated. It's just, you know, a color. Versus the L'Oreal Caress, I do actually find that these are quite moisturizing. They make your lips feel really comfortable. These don't. I mean, they're fun and they have that nice grade 6 smell like lip smackers used to, but I do not think they're worth the hype that they've been given. So those are my favorite and least favorite products from the drugstore. I hope this helped you out. Leave any questions in comments down below if you want a further review on any of the products or an explanation. Also, I know a lot of people have done these, but if you haven't, I tag you to do the drugstore makeup tag as well. And leave it as a video response down below. If you don't make videos, then by all means, type it out in a comment because I'd, you know, hoarder status, would always love to try out new products and see what other people are loving. So yeah, my next video should be my winter must-have, so keep an eye out for that. Should be out in the next few days. Till then, see ya.